Okay, this movie, A Single Man, is directed by Tom Ford, who is a new director. He's comes out of the fashion photography world, and so he kind of brings that sort of sensibility to the way he directs this movie. There's a lot of interesting lighting, and there's a lot of things he likes to do with the color palette and things like that. The way he sort of uses these sort of photography tools as a way to make the movie more emotionally expressive. And what the story is about is there is a man named George, played by Collin Firth, and he is a lonely single man whose partner has just recently died in a car accident. And this takes place in the early 60s, so he is a homosexual and he can't exactly come out with that. He's a college professor, and he's a British man living, immigrated in America. And he's sort of just trying to pick himself up again. He's very depressed. He doesn't really see a lot of point in life. He's borderline suicidal, but he's just kind of taking it one day at a time, and he's just trying to find the color in life again, what it is that can keep him happy or make him happy, and find those around him who are his support system, one of which is played by Julianne Moore, and her name is Charlie. She's another Brit who came along with him, and it's sort of, I think, his rock from his life before he met his partner. And she sort of has feelings for him that he can't exactly reciprocate. So their relationship is complicated, but sort of they are each other's best friends. And there's a young boy named Kenny, who is one of his students, who has taken an interest in him, and he begins to start a small relationship with him, a very kind of flirtatious but innocent relationship with him that sort of shows him why it might be worth living. I thought this was a fairly decent film. It's definitely a performance film, meaning you're going in really to see the actors just act. The film itself doesn't have a lot of layers. It's a kind of a simplistic plot, sort of like Crazy Heart in that way. But I did enjoy it, and I did think the photography was worth mentioning. I'd like to see Tom Ford move from here and see what else he's going to be doing. And of course, Colin Firth was nominated for Best Actor for this performance, which is well deserved. I've always been a Colin Firth fan, but I haven't always been a fan of the movies he chooses to be in. And I thought this was a good matching of the two, where finally he's doing something that really matches his talent. And as far as Julianne Moore goes, who I've never been a huge fan of, I think she has a tendency to overact. She didn't bother me in it, so I guess that means she was good. All right, and the last film in which I will talk about today is the action sci-fi thriller of the summer.